All right, Kyle, man, I'm excited to dive into what you've learned, growth in the Warrior Dad experience. But let's start before that, right? So, personally, professionally, where you at, family dynamic. Share a little bit about yourself before you jumped into the experience, and then really what was the trigger to jump in.
Yeah. So I'm an ER doc. I have three kiddos, age 5, 3, and 2, so pretty tight age ranges and a little bit chaotic for sure. My wife works at a big bank and works 60 hours a week, and then I work 14, 15 shifts a month and all different times a day, first, second, third shift, and just managing the chaos of all that. I wasn't really managing it. I didn't have a way to like attack each day or have a plan. I was, like most people, just floating along. And I have a lot of grit and work hard and try to do everything right for the family, but I didn't feel like I was empowered or had a way to attack being a dad, being good and professional, making sure I got enough sleep, taking care of my body and my mind. And so one of my good buddies, Alex Labrus, who joined the Warrior Dad experience, had been talking about it for a year or so. And he was like, Kyle, you're a good dad and you're really good at all these things that you do. But I think you can 10x yourself if you join the Warrior Dad. And I mean, I think 10x is pretty impressive number, but I think I'm some x of what I was before. That's for sure. I have a way to attack each day, with a plan to get up in the morning with the morning fire routine. Very much more intentional with my interactions with my kids. Started dating my wife again. She's happier. I'm happier. I mean, I think some of the things that we talk about through the experience, I've definitely felt. And I feel like now that I've gone through the experience, I have a way to focus, my time at work. I'm a better physician. I'm a better dad. I'm a better husband. I'm a better son. I mean, even talking to my mom on the phone, like conversations that used to annoy me, um, don't anymore, because I think I've taken hold of my anxiety by having a way to approach, the chaos of my life. And I
Gotcha.
think, even today I got up and after working until 3 in the morning, and the dishes were everywhere, and it was garbage day, and the garbage cans were full from the night before because I wasn't there. And instead of
Mhm.
getting pissed off, I smiled and was happy that I had the opportunity to clean up and before I started my day. So just a whole
Gotcha.
different mindset and approach.
Okay, so let's say top three things you think you've learned through the 10-week experience, right? What would be those top three things that really stand out? I mean, I kind of hear, system perspective, those type of things, but in your own words, what do you think are top three things you learned and really have been able to apply?
I think just realizing that I need to focus on taking care of myself,
Okay.
whether it's sleep, drinking less alcohol, exercising more, focus on what I'm eating. My wellness, trickles into how I impact and interact with my kids and wife. So, and then just having a focus on being that number one, taking care of myself, but being the dad and husband of the year are the two mantras that have stuck with me the most. You know, when I've been able to control some of my breathing, take a deep breath before a frustrating interaction with a kiddo or my wife, and remind myself, what mission I'm on. And
Mhm.
I think those things are the three biggest things.
Gotcha. Love it. So, dad considering on the fence, hey, should I jump into this? Should I not? Sounds like, for a year, kind of Alex might have been talking about it, but you said, hey, I'm jumping in. What would you say to that dad that's on the fence? Should I jump up into the experience or not?
I mean, I think it's a no brainer. Life these days is harder than ever and easier than ever in some ways. We have so many luxuries, right? Like phones, internet, things that make our life easier, but they do add to the chaos of being a dad and being fully present in the world. And I think, at least I personally didn't have a roadmap to figure all that out on my own. And I
Mhm.
think, um, I know that the past 70 days will have changed my life and my family's life forever. And I think that a lot of people are doing the best they can, but don't have a way to approach it or handle the chaos of life. And I think this is, any dad who's got a couple kids, a stressful job, and a wife or not, I would highly recommend it to anybody.
Awesome. Kyle, appreciate it, my man.
Yeah, of course.